हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम बैक टू अनदर वीडियो। एंड इस वीडियो में क्या है कि हमने एक मॉक इंटरव्यू स्केड्यूल किया था विद किरण, जिन्होंने रिसेंटली जीडी क्लियर किया है एस&पी ग्लोबल अप्रेंटिसशिप रोल के लिए। और उसके बाद उनका इंटरव्यू स्केड्यूल था अगले दिन। और फॉर दैट रीज़न मैंने मॉक इंटरव्यू एज सुन एज पॉसिबल स्केड्यूल किया, बिकॉज ही सेड कि भैया आपने जो जो बोला था मेरे को कि 3 चीज़ें करने के लिए, सब्सक्राइब, कमेंट एंड फॉलो मी ऑन द लिंक्डइन, और ये सब किया है मैंने। सो कैन आई गेट अ मॉक इंटरव्यू एंड आई स्टैंड अप टू माई प्रॉमिस। मैंने स्केड्यूल किया एक इंटरव्यू। शॉर्ट इंटरव्यू था बिकॉज टाइम नहीं था, एंड आई वांटेड हिम टू give all the inputs that I have to him, and I want him to prepare as much as possible. तो मैंने शॉर्ट इंटरव्यू शेड्यूल किया। आ, देखो, पूरा वीडियो 1.5x में रख के देखो, क्योंकि वीडियो लंबी है, बट यू विल गेट अ लॉट फ्रॉम दिस वीडियो। व्हाट टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चंस आर आस्क्ड, व्हाट टाइप ऑफ आंसर्स वी एक्सपेक्ट फ्रॉम द कैंडिडेट, एंड मैंने भी अपने इनपुट्स दिए हैं कि क्या कर सकते हो टू मेक इट मच मोर बेटर, एंड हाउ यू कैन कम्युनिकेट योर आइडियाज, ऑल दैट। पूरा वीडियो एंड तक देखना, और कोई भी डाउट्स हो, कुछ भी चाहिए, लाइक यू फील लाइक this is something I did not understand, what would be the answer for this question, और क्या कर सकते हैं, कुछ भी, you can add it to the comment section. I will review it and I'll respond as soon as possible. And yeah, subscribe करना मत भूलना. That motivates me for the next coming videos. If you also want these type of mock interviews, आपको पता है क्या करना है, आपको सब्सक्राइब करना है, कमेंट करना है, follow me on the LinkedIn, and that's it. Don't waste any more time. Let's jump to the video. Right. So, hi everyone, this is Nikhil. मेरे साथ अभी किरण है, जिन्होंने अभी रिसेंटली जीडी क्लियर किया है। सो उनके बाद उसका इंटरव्यू 1 जुलाई विच इज़ टुमारो स्केड्यूल हुआ है। और उसके लिए हम लोग मॉक इंटरव्यू अभी के अभी स्केड्यूल कर रहे हैं। टुडे इज 30 जून, तो उनके पास टाइम नहीं है, बट स्टिल आई विल गिव माई इनपुट्स। इट विल बी अ वेरी शॉर्ट। मैं लाइव कोडिंग तो नहीं लूंगा, बट इट वुड बी व्हाट अबाउट, आई विल बी आस्किंग द अप्रोच। अगर अप्रोच सही है तो कोडिंग निकल जाएगा। और मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम्स अप्रेंटिसशिप में वी लुक फॉर अप्रोच आ रहा है कि नहीं। अप्रोच आ रहा है तो इट इज गुड, वी विल ट्रेन फॉर 12 मंथ्स है हमारे पास, तो कोई इश्यूज नहीं है। ठीक है। सो इट ऑल्सो डिपेंड्स ऑन द रिक्रूटर, इंटरव्यूअर, कि उनके माइंड में क्या चल रहा है, बट मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम दिस इज व्हाट वी लुक एट, राइट। सो इट वुड बी 30 minutes, ठीक है। We will be covering most of the things, and we'll start, right? Kiran, before starting, just give me your introduction, ठीक है? Right, start.
Hi Nikhil, I'm Kiran. I recently graduated in computer science and engineering from University of Engineering and Management, Kolkata. And I found my interest in software development and problem solving also. And I have done work in few technologies like Java and web technologies like React, JS, Node.js, SQL, and also through my academics and from one of my front-end internship, I made some application and some projects in Git and GitHub environment. And also I have participated in few hackathons. Got first in Spider Hackathon and got shortlisted in finalist in Hack Odisha. And this is all.
Right, great. So, do you know about S&P Global? What does it do?
Yes, I know a bit about S&P Global is a leading global company which brings customer technology solution and it helps financial it provides financial data and also provides marketing intelligence, credit rating, and so on. So the businesses and the investor and financial institute use that data and grow their businesses, and that's how they grow their businesses. And there one value I which see, that is integrity, discovery, and I think something is teamwork ability. That is also I like that about S&P Global.
Right. That's good. Okay, then let's start. Okay.
Okay.
Um, Explain the 4 pillars of OOPS with a real-time example, if you can.
Like first of all, name it the four pillars. One is first is encapsulation, second is abstraction, third is inheritance, and fourth is polymorphism. If we could start with encapsulation, encapsulation is more like something we kept hidden, but we want to change it. But without direct access or without the actual validation, we can't change it. So it is kind of private. It is kind of private. So no one can change without any validation. So it reduces the false validation errors or less mistaken for that. And next one is polymorphism. Polymorphism is poly means more and morphism is forms. More formats. It divided in two things. One is runtime and another one is compile time. While it comes from compile time, it is called method overloading. The thing is, method name is similar. Method name is similar, but the inside the value which we are given that is different from others. So when the code compiles, it detects the exact value and variables, and then in compile time it changes its value. So it's called compile time, and it's method overloading. And another one is method overriding. Here also same. We use one override class to here we also use inheritance. So parent class to child class, some inheritance property are given, and we override the parent class property in child class using override method. So while the code is running at that moment, the thing is overwritten and executed as we overwrite it. The next one is inheritance, which is mentioned in polymorphism, which is the parent class property in child inherits the parent class property. I means whichever properties and methods and variables mentioned in parent class using inheritance extend keyword, that properties will inherit by children. That is inheritance, and the last one is inheritance, which I am missing.
I guess you covered it all. You covered abstraction, you covered polymorphism,
Abstraction, yes, abstraction, polymorphism.
encapsulation. Did you cover?
Abstraction, I left the abstraction. Sorry,
Okay,
abstraction is the thing which is we hide the real implementation from the user to make it reduce the complexity and show the actual details to the user. It is.
right. So, can you define encapsulation again in a short one-line definition type? Encapsulation.
Encapsulation means there is some access mod. We use access modifier to private our classes and access through another and make the object private. And another public class, we getter and setter method. We change the value using getter and setter.
Right. Okay. So, what is a singleton class? Do you know about it, and when can we use it?
Singleton class. No, no.
No issues. No issues. Okay. Um, Difference between and abstract class and interface class. Do you have any idea or anything you
Yes,
know about it?
abstract class is just use. Abstract class is more secure. I mean, more don't inherit all properties, but in interface class, we that inherit all properties of other classes. Mm, that is the thing.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Um, I know you have explained about overloading and overriding, but can you
Yes.
just define it again?
Method overloading and method overriding is two different things which comes under polymorphism. So when it comes to method overloading, let's take an example. Suppose we created one variable called add, and we pass two values, some a and b inside it. And also other similar method we given and value same method name add, and we pass the value a, b, and c, and so on. And then when we enter the data inside the value, so when we add three variables, so the third, which add contains three variables, that one is got executed. And when we add two values, so the method contains two variables, that is got executed. So it changes while it's while it's running. At that moment, it changes. So that is it called. Mm, no, it's changing while compile time. Compiling at the compiling moment, it changes. So it's called compile time. And while running, as we mentioned, using uh, override keyword and from inherit from parents to child, the method which already mentioned in parent class, but that inherit in child class. But we want to change that method. So we use at that override, and after then we use our custom method and custom written format thing, so we can override that thing, which we don't have to mandatorily use parent class. That it got executed, and it is executed in runtime.
Got it. Okay. Um, let's move to the DSA part. Okay. Here I'll be asking a question. I want you to tell me the approach what you're gonna do. No need to share a
Okay,
screen and write it, but maybe it might be asked in the actual interview. But
okay, understand.
here don't have time, so we'll just go into the concept like what would you do? What would be the thinking, right? So if you are given a string and you have to tell it is a palindrome or not, and ignoring case insensitivity, like you don't have to check the cases and all, and they are non-alphanumeric. So what would you do? Like how would you check whether the string is a palindrome or not? And what would be the time complexity of it?
Okay, so as a string palindrome, we just taken a string, and another is we have to take one single empty string, so that we can check the string is when it reverse, it actual matches the exact thing or not. For that, we have to check. We have to take one empty string. After that, we look through the string until the whatever the string length. We will loop from reverse. We'll loop from reverse. Suppose the string length is 5. Suppose the string length is 5. We have to run the loop 5 minus 1, which is 4. 4 to 4 to 0. Because 0 to 4 is the actual index value. So we have to run 4 to 0 and decrement the value of the loop. After that, we can, whichever the reverse value, we singly put one element which we are retrieving into the reverse string. I mean, which is empty. We are putting one by one them, and after that, whenever the operation is completed, we just simply compare those string equal to, it means it's comparing both reverse and the original. If they got same, that is return true value if we use boolean thing, and that's how we can return is reverse string. And
Got it.
for this code, the time complexity will be big of n, because we are using one for loop.
Mhm. Are you
Yes.
sure? Because what we are doing right now is we're taking a empty string, keeping everything in that empty string, which will take order of n, right? When we are comparing,
Yes.
we are using built-in functions, dot equals and all that. But in the background, it will compare one by one. So it will again take order of n. So anything else that we can do that will be in single shot, we will get the response. Anything else can we do?
In single, if we have to get response,
In the single iteration, if we have to get it, can we check how that can be?
single iteration, we have to check that something.
Maybe, okay, I'll give you a hint. Maybe like something will start from index 0 and one pointer starts with index 0 and one pointer starts with index 4. this example. And
Two pointing.
yeah, right. So how would that work?
If we using two pointer, we have to use a while loop
Hmm.
until the I greater than say the loop is keep running,
Hmm.
and based on that, as the string will be reversed, so the first item and last item is can be same. As the string is palindrome or not, the first item and last item will be same.
Hmm.
So at that time we can compare the I and J both, and if they doesn't cross before that, we can return that these things are equal. And if any point they even don't match, so we can directly return it false and break out of the loop.
Right. So this is like a single iteration type. Like we'll start
Single
with the
iteration, yes,
index. Right.
2 point.
Got it. 2 point. Right. Um, Moving ahead, what about if you need to find a non-repeating character in a string? How would you do that?
Non-repeating character in scripting. Um,
Like if
the
you are
easiest,
given an example
yeah,
with a string which has a character that is repeating, let's suppose my name, Nikhil. If you see there are two I's, right?
yeah.
Nikhil. So there are two I's. So if you have to find them, how would you like do that? And you have to find the first
I have to
non-repeating.
return the non-repeating characters, right?
That is first. Like in my example, Nikhil, the
Yeah.
first non-repeating character is I, which is after n. So you have to return the index of it, which is 1, right? Because I
First
is
one.
repeating, but what is the first time of that particular character? That is on the first index, like that.
Okay. For that thing, I think hmm, if we do this problem with the hash map approach, we can insert every single letter inside the hash map.
Mhm.
And for the first, we have to check the values. We have to retrieve the values mm, for each. mm, For each letter inside the hash map, it will give us one frequency, one value which is considered also as frequency. So uh, whenever the whichever the value will increase more than once, more than once, I have to return that value only. So in your case, Nikhil, you said I. So I will be increment by 2. I will increment by 2 after n put in I, put in k, put in h, just give, insert the map. And next time the I is coming, so it will increment to 2. When it increment to 2, we return the value. Whichever the first element it will increment, we return that key value. We return the key value, and so that we can got the thing.
Right. Um, the approach is very much close. It's just one more thing. Like once you iterate, you get the frequency. But in this case, we just have one I. Let's suppose my name, if you remove H and you put it K, there would be two Ks now. So will be two characters which has the frequency of 2. Like I and K won't both have the frequency of 2. Now you have to return the frequency where it is like the first frequency which just crossed the uh, which is non-repeating, which just crossed 1, basically the count. So how would you do
Okay.
that? The approach is really
Um,
good, right? That is the right approach. You will do that hash map frequency, and then because now you told because I is only 1 and repeating, it's not repeating, so you can return. But if there are two characters which are repeating, then how would you do that?
if the two characters is repeating, we have to return the first character.
Right.
So for that, in double case, the output would be I or K.
Right. But we want the first only, like first
We
character
have
which
the
got
first
repeated.
only. First character which got repeated. I think at that situation K will be repeated. K will be the output because K uh, plays side by side. I first comes I, then comes K, then again comes K. So K is got repeated, then got I. So I think the K will be returned. At that case, when those both frequency are zero, so at that case, we have to, we can say, we have to think for a bit. Case repeating. We have to keep checking if any value is more than one, something like that. And for that, we have to use another loop and retrieving the value and compare it against, like, if any value is greater than two, greater than one. So whichever the first value comes in that approach, also not one with.
No, you are on the right track.
Okay, so in this we also want use one for loop and after inserting each elements. So whichever the first element got more than one value, we directly return that element and break out the loop. We don't
Understood.
need
Yeah.
to iterate further.
Right. Got it. Great. Moving ahead, we will be going with the SQL ones. Okay. DBMS and
Okay.
SQL ones. Um, what if, okay, write an SQL query, or you could just tell me, which is find the second highest salary from an employee table.
Second is so we have to select star from employee where salary. We have to put one condition where salary and second highest salary I guess is how can you do it?
So what if we get the first highest salary and then compare it? That we can do,
Yes,
right?
that we can do. First
Right.
highest salary, then we can compare it to the
It should
to
be less than.
second
Yeah.
less than whichever
Right.
comes first. It will be overrated.
Good. Yeah. So it would be like select max salary from employee where salary is less than, then you put another comparison where select max salary uh, from the employee table. So where in the where clause you are checking the topmost, and in the select query you are
We
comparing
can
where which is less than.
comparing
So you will get the
less than.
second. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So uh, do you know about the acid properties?
Yes, acid properties are atomicity, is C for confidentiality, I for integrity, and D for I guess D for I forgot the term
For
for
durability. No issues.
durability.
So what does this do? What is like, does it guarantee anything if we have acid properties?
Yes, acid property guarantee I think that is when it comes into atomicity, when is okay. If we explain the integrity, integrity defines the thing where data don't breach and data can flow continuously. That is Oh, I haven't really recalled the all properties correctly. So
No issue, no issue. So you might get a logical problem like you have eight identical balls and one of them is a heavier ball and you need to find which one that is, but you are getting a weighing scale which you can use only twice. So that kind of logical reasoning problems can happen, like you can get it. I don't want to spend time because if you even spend time on this, you might get something else, but you should go with the top 10 or top 20 logical
can
puzzles,
you repeat the question?
right?
That is,
So you got eight balls,
yeah,
uh, eight identical balls. They look same, but
same. But one is
uh,
heavier.
one is heavier. And you got a weighing scale where you can weigh the balls, but you can do them twice. Like you can use eight balls at once, you can keep it and remove one in the second time. That you can do how many balls you want that you can do. But you need to find one heavier ball and you got two chances to
Two
find it,
chances.
right? Uh, right now, I'm not asking this question because we are up with the time and I don't want you to spend more time on these type of puzzles right now. But you can go through. I'm just giving you an overview. Like these type of puzzles
Okay,
can come,
okay. I understand.
right?
Okay, okay. Fine.
So
Good
that's
overview.
all. I'm gonna give you my wrap up what I saw and all, right? It was good. At the end, you will be asked a question like, do you have any questions? So for that, my tip would be that you ask any question related to what you haven't answered. If you have anything like you are doubtful for it, or you can ask for what would be my role or what would be how does the company work or any questions related to it, right? That you need to ask for sure. You cannot miss that. People say I'm good and all, but we tend to look for if you are curious or not for the role,
Okay.
right? So
One
here
thing
you
is,
can. Mhm.
yes. One thing is, how many questions I should ask? Means there should it be asked a lot of questions,
Yeah,
but one or two
one to
questions, I
two is
guess.
more than enough, to be honest.
Okay.
If you ask one to two is more than enough. Now you can, if you want to note it down or you want to keep it in your brain, that's completely fine. I'm gonna give what I
Yes.
found, right? So introduction is really good. Whatever you have given in a smooth flow, that's good, right? No
Hmm.
need to work about introduction. That is good. If you can keep it little small, that is fine. But if it is not, that's also good. S&P, the what you know about S&P is really good. The three pillars that you told is also good. That is something I was not expecting. Very good. Uh, After that, the four pillars, abstraction and all, I would say definition wise, everything is really good. It is just if you can give an example like for abstraction, you can give like bank accounts hiding its balance and something like that.
Okay. I have to give something a real world
Real world
example to relate.
example, right? And that is also financial. That would be cherry. All right.
Okay.
So polymorphism encapsulation, you will get examples based on like bank details or anything like that. That would be helpful that the recruiter or the interviewer will understand, you know, the financial terms and you can put it in the real world, right? Singleton class maybe little higher, like it might not be asked, but have a rough overview what that can be. Singleton class and all, abstract class and interface class, these topics. Uh, And if you don't know about it, it's completely fine. You can say that I don't recall at this point of time, like you said, for a skill. That is fine. It's just you move to the next and you prove that you know about overloading and overriding. So you know something, it's just you don't remember this, and it's just concept. So we are not like you need to know everything, but it's just you say instead of saying something which is out of the box, it's better you say that I don't recall right now. I'll read about it and I'll definitely because we know that you are answering abstraction, polymorphism, right? Overloading and overriding properly. It's just you don't know this, you will learn it, right? Moving ahead, palindrome and all. When you are given a DSA related question, it would be best if you uh, ask questions like what is the interviewer looking into it? Can you give me an example of it? um, like these type of questions he would definitely give you, but You talk to the interview what he's looking at. Like what, like for example, for the palindrome, I was looking for an approach where you can start two-pointer approach. I was looking for that. So you can have a discussion with the interviewer. Can I do this? What do you think
How
about it?
should I ask or how should I pitch the question
Right.
for
So
our scenario?
for the example, for palindrome, you can have said like, I am thinking for this approach. What do you think? I'm approaching like an empty string and proceeding with it. You don't have to explain everything. You're just giving, I'm proceeding with an empty string and then iterate and all. Can I go with that? He says that no. It would be better if you go with the one iteration. Then you have to think like what would be the one iteration. Think for a moment instead of answering it right away. Think for a moment and just go for it. And then go with
Okay.
the pointer approach and all. Then he'll be like, yeah, go ahead. First, non-repeating, you were good. Nothing you were telling, but still you need to ask questions. When you ask questions, whatever you're thinking, you're telling it, that communicates. Even if you're coding it wrong, that's fine. It's the approach that you are going with. That's good. SQL and all, little you need to revise because it's still we are a data company, so SQL is little something we need to know. You might be wrong, but you need to be like little more, like 80% you are right, that's still acceptable. 70% you are right, still acceptable. So just warm up your SQL skills.
Yes.
Except that, everything I feel for my side, I will still go ahead. I will just say this person has the qualities, he can learn, can go ahead. From my perspective, I would pass. Like I would say, yes, he can proceed up to the next round if there is any. So
Yes.
these are the only small, small little things you need to work on. Except that, I feel you're good. And don't stress too much about anything else. Whatever I have said, that is more than enough. You're good at it. Revise them. Logical puzzle top 10. That's it. You're good. Good.
Okay, got it, got it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So any other questions you have?
Right this moment, so I'll be preparing
Hmm.
much more for my tomorrow interview, and I have learned too much from this session. Whatever you give me in this mock interview, I keep noting that as the point, and in a real interview, I'll much more prepare for this, and I will also focus on skill parts, which I also think of myself as a little bit of. I forget some words in asset properties, and I have to clear much more. And the most things which I don't know even until right now, that is in DS round, I have to ask question and communicate to recruiter. That is one thing I appreciate that thing, and that's all.
Good. So yeah. So in brief, यही है बस. These are the things which will be looked, right? तो और ज्यादा स्ट्रेस आउट मत होना इफ यू मिस, लाइक लेट्स सपोज सिंगलटन क्लास नहीं हुआ, तो डजंट मीन के यहाँ से नहीं आ रहा, ओ माय गॉड रिक्रूटर चेक करेगा. डजंट मीन दैट. वी विल बी लाइक, आगे क्या होता है, आगे क्या देखेंगे, हम आगे की चीजें देखने शुरू कर देंगे, लाइक ओवर राइडिंग. वी वुड बी आस्किंग लाइक इफ 10 क्वेश्चंस, तो 10 क्वेश्चंस में इफ यू आर एबल टू आंसर 7, दैट इज गुड. इवन 6, दैट इज गुड. अब वो 6 में क्वालिटी क्या है वो मैटर करती है. अगर 6 में you are answering it really well, then we are good with it. There are times where because for my experience, like मैंने जो अपने टाइम में दिया था उसमें मेरे को भी ऐसे ही एक SQL query दिया गया था where I have to find duplicates in a table and I was blank. मेरे को इतना बड़ा क्वेश्चन SQL में मैंने नहीं दिया था, तो मुझे I was blank, मुझे नहीं पता था, तो I literally spent little time. Like मैंने सोचा कि what could be the solution, then I said I don't recall. So फिर he didn't ask me about SQL questions, he asked me something else. So I felt like maybe वो reason होगा कि SQL नहीं आता है, तो maybe they would be little cautious. But they knew that it was like a complex question he was not able to answer, but except that he was able to answer everything else. So they will still give you that chance. So don't be nervous, don't be like कि एक गलत हो गया, दो गलत हो गया. That is still fine, it's fine, we expect that as of now. So that is still fine, you can go ahead, be loud, be
Also, okay, okay.
expressive, that's it.
Also, another thing is they might be asked about my projects and discuss about it and really get deeper into it.
Yeah.
So, I also
Yeah, they can
prepare.
ask about it. It about depends upon like if you're answering it most of the questions right, they'll be like, okay, good. If they come to your projects and all really quickly, then they are really interested about what you have learned, और फिर वो अपने टीम में भी देख रहे हैं मतलब तुम्हें कि what can we do to get this guy. So they'll be asking what have you done in real time. So that is one question I missed or I did not cover because I think you are good enough in your projects. I've seen your projects. So wo projects may they can ask about what you have done, anything, why did you pick this tech stack or uh, so when you give your details about your project, उसमें इतना detail अच्छे से दो कि they don't have any more questions about that, or they are really interested. They want to know from you rather than asking questions about your project. They will be asking और बताओ क्या है उसमें और क्या किया है, very good और क्या है. So that will be very good. Projects अच्छे हैं तो explain करते वक्त curiosity लेके आने में introduction में if you can put it like I have worked on this project and among them एक प्रोजेक्ट कोई जो तुम्हें बहुत अच्छा है जो सबसे ऊपर है तो उसको तुम हाईलाइट कर सकते हो, दिस इज व्हाट आई वर्क. तो तुम्हारा नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन अगर प्रोजेक्ट पे ही आ रहा है तो ही इज वेरी इंटरेस्टेड, इफ नॉट देन इज स्टिल फाइन. सो नीड टू प्रिपेयर दैट लिटिल बिट, उतना नहीं, अभी टाइम नहीं है तो ज्यादा चीजों को कवर करने की जरूरत नहीं है. वो ऐसी चीज है जो तुमने खुद किया है तो यू नो अबाउट इट. दीज आर लिटिल बिट एसक्यूएल एंड ऑल. दीज आर द थिंग्स यू कैन कवर लिटिल बिट एंड दैट्स इट. उसके बाद रिलैक्स हो जाओ इंटरव्यू के दिन. एटलीस्ट 2 घंटे पहले कुछ मत करो. इट्स जस्ट लिटिल बिट रिवाइज करना है तो करो, रिलैक्स हो जाओ, वट एवर हैपन्स हैपन्स, ठीक है. यस नो डजेंट मैटर, बट इट्स जस्ट योर एक्सपीरियंस यू विल गेन फ्रॉम द इंटरव्यू. अच्छी कंपनी में ज्वाइन हो सकते हो एंड ऑल दैट, ठीक है. तो रिलैक्स होके स्माइल के साथ एक्सप्लेन करो. नहीं आता है तो भी स्माइल के साथ बोलो कि सर अभी नहीं आता है, आई कैन एक्सप्लेन यू लेटर एंड दैट काइंड ऑफ स्टफ, ठीक है. सो ऑल द वेरी बेस्ट, राइट. तो ऑल द वेरी बेस्ट, कवर एवरीथिंग एंड लेट मी नो क्या हुआ था. अच्छा गया तो भी बहुत अच्छी बात है, कोई बात
I'll
नहीं
tell
अगर
you.
इधर उधर
I'll
हो गया.
tell you every single details of it.
राइट. सो ऑल राइट देन, ऑल द वेरी बेस्ट, सी यू सून. और गुड न्यूज़ हो तो बहुत अच्छी बात है.
Thank you.
ओके.
And another thing is to ask, have you know any idea how many roles how many positions they'll hiring for apprentice program
हाउ मेनी लाइक ओपनिंग्स.
openings?
ओपनिंग्स एज पर नंबर हमें नंबर नहीं पता होगा, बट एज पर द न्यूज़ इट इज लाइक we are looking for so many people right now because we want young grads and we want to train them and all that. So उस चक्कर में we would hire as many as possible. I told you right last time हमारे I am talking about only Hyderabad. So Hyderabad
Yeah.
में there were nearly 20-25 people, which is a huge number. 25 people is a huge number. So think about like गुड़गांव में कितने होंगे, नोएडा में कितने होंगे. तो ऐसे नहीं होता कि लाइक वी आर रिक्रूटिंग ओनली फॉर हैदराबाद ऑफिस, बट इट्स जस्ट ओवरऑल. एंड यू हैव टू बी लिटिल बिट अबाउट लाइक कि मेरे को कोई भी
Also,
लोकेशन चलेगा, राइट.
yeah, I understand.
राइट. तो तुम्हारे चांसेस बढ़ जाएंगे. लाइक यू कैन नॉट बी लाइक आई वांट ओनली नोएडा, आई वांट ओनली गुड़गांव, तो थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम होगा. यू विल बी लाइक आई एम फ्लेक्सिबल फॉर एनी लोकेशन, आप मेरे
Let's
को कहीं पर भी दो, कोई
look at
इशू नहीं है. तो चांसेस ज्यादा है रिक्रूटिंग, राइट.
yeah, get it.
ठीक है. Got it, then I'll just end this call for now and all the very best. Got it?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
I'll let you know everything after
yeah.
this session what will happen in interview.
Sure, sure.